Welcome to 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk. This episode is brought to you by Lola, a modern approach to feminine care. This is episode 23. I'm your host, comedian Tracy Carnazzo, joined by my lovely co-host, Noelle Herzog.
Hello.
Hello, Noelle. How is it going?
All right.
So we're recording this today, July 5th. This is the day after July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And I last night went to a party.
Yes, you did.
I went to a party here in Queens, New York, 4th of July party. It was just like a last minute thing. It was a late night party. And I ran into Ashley.
That's wild.
From 90 Day Fiancé. And we sat and we chatted a little bit. And I got to tell you, I'm excited to see how this season plays out for sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're here to talk about The Other Way, Season 1, Episode 4. And we're also going to talk about Happily Ever After, Season 4, Episode 10, Sparks Will Fly. So let me pull up the description of The Other Way. What did I say it was? Season 1, Episode 4. How do you feel about this show so far?
Okay, so I've liked it. This episode was a little like, It was a little fillery, but in general, I like the show.
I don't like that they don't show everyone every episode.
Okay, but 90 Day does that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Sometimes. Yeah, I don't know why they do that. Yeah, like this one, no, there was no Corey and Evelyn.
Right.
Because I guess because it's only 45 minutes, maybe that's why they don't show it. But I like it because it's 45 minutes.
Okay, same. Because
right?
we watch the show and we take notes.
Yeah.
So for us to watch a show that's 2 hours,
it's exhausting.
It's so many pages of notes.
So in one day we watch this and The Other Way.
Sure.
You know, back to back.
And then we also do a Teen Mom podcast called Teen Mom Trash Talk. If you guys listen to Teen Mom, and it's just so much TV.
It's like 4 hours of TV. Yeah. It's a lot.
And I would rather them just make always an hour episode and then just make the season a little bit longer.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're here to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Season 1, Episode 4, Big Expectation. Jenny arrives in India, but Sumit may have cold feet. Paul finally arrives in Brazil and surprises Karini. Laura drops a bomb on her brother, revealing some big news. Tiffany is off to South Africa, hoping she's made the right decision for her son. Okay. Let's talk about Jenny and Sumi first.
Okay.
So she's at the airport, and this is where we left her last episode, and she doesn't see him because, remember, he was detained a little bit at his parents' house.
With his parents, yes.
And he was going to tell them that he was moving.
Yes.
Okay.
Her suitcases are still empty.
Her suitcases are still empty. Sometimes she calls him Sumit, and sometimes she calls him Sumi.
Sumi. Yep.
I don't think she even knows what his name is.
The worst part of Jenny. Now, I know that we talk about her, and
Right.
I know that we talk about her pudding lips.
Yes.
In her confessionals,
Okay.
so much bronzer on the tip of her nose
So much.
that it makes her nose look giant, right?
Yeah, I think she also might even put some highlighter on it.
Yeah. Wrong space for it.
I need Jenny to come over. I'm going to give her a little bit of a makeup facelift.
I want you to do that.
Okay.
And I think that we need to show her like how to not have such stringy hair.
But you know what the thing is?
What?
We're not in India, and she is.
You know what? Better her than me. I don't want to be there.
100%. Now, I got to tell you, I'm going to defend her on the stringy hair.
Okay.
She traveled for what is probably 7 or 8 days on a plane to get to India.
Right.
And got back to the apartment that doesn't have a shower. Or that doesn't have hot water. And basically, okay, so let's start off. Let me backtrack.
Okay.
So she doesn't know what she's going to do because Sumi has not showed up to the airport. And she's like, what am I going to do? And here's what you're going to do, Jenny. You are with an entire crew.
Right. So if it was you,
yeah,
and you met someone, say, I don't know, in Thailand, and you fall in love, and you're going to move there. I know it would never happen. I'm just saying.
Right.
You're going to move there. Would you not have like a backup plan? Would you not say, I'm going to keep $1,000 in, you know,
and then also so that I could maybe get a hotel room if I need to.
Yes.
100%.
I'm going to keep money for a hotel room. I'm going to keep money, God forbid, I need a ticket to come home.
Well, she has the few $1,000s, the $3,000, but her life savings.
Oh yeah, that's right. She does. But I feel like because she's so lost, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's like,
this is why this is staged. No, this is created drama. You know, he was at the airport. They emptied her suitcases. She didn't even have to
No,
film
I
the
know.
scene. She didn't even have to have the
Because
suitcases
I'm one of those
full.
people. I don't have patience.
But yes, in general, absolutely.
Yes.
You and I are very alike in that, like,
Yeah.
you always kind of expect things to go wrong.
Yes.
In a good way.
Yes.
Because it's like, all right, well, I mean, if this doesn't work out, that's fine.
But I think
because
we're
I
realistic.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I have a backup plan, basically.
These people all bank so much on this stuff that I don't think that they have backup plans. And I could never do this without a backup plan.
Of course.
And I'm the type of person, like, don't disrespect me. If I'm coming from America to India, I was 20 hours on a plane and you're not at the airport. Like, I'm going home. I'm leaving.
Staged.
Yeah. It has to
staged.
be because she wasn't even mad.
Sure. And also, she's just sitting on a bench and he finds her.
I know.
He's like, oh, hello.
But also, how cold is it there?
We don't
He's
know.
in a scarf.
We don't know.
She's in a sweater. I'm just saying, I thought India was a hot country, like, in life.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not
They
sure.
all-
Maybe because it's just like air conditioning inside. And do you know how people from hot climates get really cold really quickly?
Yes.
So maybe he was like, ooh, the airport's going to be air conditioned. Let me bring my
Oh,
scarf.
maybe. Okay.
So they are not going to be able to get enough of each other, she says.
Gross.
They get to the apartment. So she's telling us that she stayed at his mom's house
Right.
and there was a hole in the floor.
I
for the toilet.
can't.
And you squat over the hole in the floor. There was no hot water.
And she was there for 4 months.
That's insane.
If I would have walked into a house and I would have seen this,
A hole in the floor.
Bye.
Yeah, I would have walked
Bye.
back out. I would have been like, oh my God, that's so funny, but I can't.
I have to
stay
go
here.
back to Palm Springs.
Yeah, because it's the nicest place in the world. maybe.
Ever.
Sure. He is dressed like he's going to go to a club. Though.
Yes, he is.
Like when I look at him, I hear like,
Like he's wearing like Fahrenheit.
yes.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So he said that a lot of his family lives in the same neighborhood that he's moving into.
But then why are you moving there?
He's not very smart.
He's not.
He's never lived without his parents. But I got to tell you, if he's never lived without his parents, at least he's making a very lateral move by moving in with an adult.
An adult into an apartment that he can't afford.
Okay, but he can't afford it. It's $350 a month.
You know what, Tracy? You know what? Okay. Is this not dollhouse furniture in there?
No, it's not dollhouse furniture. It's very like you ever go to those discount stores on like Myrtle Avenue?
Yes. Yes.
It's like where people in like strange neighborhoods have like these weird discount stores that it's like it's also a 99-cent store, but it's like a furniture store as well.
I have one like a couple of miles from me.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
and everything is wrapped in saran wrap.
yeah.
It's like it wasn't new.
no, it's new to them.
It was new to them.
But the thing is, they're still sitting on it. Like they like, let me get some scissors.
She's like, oh, this is so comfortable. What's with the red dots? I don't understand it.
They didn't have them before. I don't know. So it makes me think they went somewhere.
They went somewhere.
And
did the red dotty thing.
Yes.
If anyone, people are going to be like, you're ignorant. I'm not ignorant. I don't know what that is. Can someone please go to our Facebook group?
Yeah.
It's called 90 Day Fiancé Trash Talk and let me know what that meant.
Because I believe when there's like the dot there, it's something about like the third eye.
Right, but where did you?
I don't know.
Like, did you go to
maybe
the
there
Third Eye
was some
store?
welcome. Maybe there was like a welcome home.
That's what I'm
something
saying.
for
Like,
her.
Or is
Yeah.
it like when you go to Hawaii
and you get a leg?
Yeah.
That's actually a really good question.
Okay,
Yeah.
so please, if anyone knows what that is, please contact me. I'm not trying to be ignorant. I just don't know.
I don't know at all.
She professes her love to him. She's like, I love you more than anything.
Yeah.
You are the most important thing in my life. And
It was
he's
really
like,
nice.
He's like, I also like you.
I think he loves her.
I do, but he was like not in that scene.
He's terrified of his parents.
He's very scared. He said that he doesn't know if he's going to choose Jenny over his parents.
Okay, maybe you should have thought about that.
What do you mean you
before.
don't? What do you mean
Right.
you don't know?
Right.
What?
You should.
You don't know?
Is she gonna work?
No, she
There?
can't work. Oh, well, she can when she's a citizen.
But that's what I mean. Is she gonna work?
I
don't
guess,
know.
but apparently you don't make a lot of money there because if he can't afford $350 a month, like
But that's what worries me. If she doesn't work,
if she could have came there with a ton of money, like if she could have really saved for like a good year,
yeah,
and like worked her ass off,
Yeah.
then she could have.
they could have had a pretty nice place. Well,
she
I
could have been
don't
like, "Well, I have the
know.
rent covered for the next 40 years."
Well,
so.
that's. But even now, she's got rent covered for a while.
Yeah, but that's it. And then that's it.
And then what happens?
Because that's not enough. If she went down there with like 20 grand,
that's true.
She would have been like, okay,
$6,000,
6 or 5 or something like that. Why is the bed brown?
Okay.
Is there a mattress on that bed?
I think the mattress is brown. I don't know.
Like it's like maroon almost.
I was very uncomfortable there. Yeah. It felt very claustrophobic.
Very.
Yeah.
It was like very cheesy.
That's the thing. It's not that it was a small place. It was claustrophobic. I don't know.
It wasn't. It was more like a commercial space.
It wasn't homey at all.
Right.
Yeah.
It was like linoleum floors.
Yeah. You know what has that? Florida. Most places in Florida have like those floors like that. And it never feels homey to me.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So he told his parents that she was coming.
And then he retracted his statement.
And then he said, oh my God, just kidding.
I'm going to move with my friends
I'm going to move in with my friends instead of the woman that I had stay here for 4 months and told you I loved and you said I couldn't move in with her.
And you wonder why they questioned him. They kept him hostage.
Is he not working?
I don't know.
Does he not have a job?
No, but he was... He remember he had like a different name because he was a call center.
Right, but now he's moving away.
Yeah, I don't know. He moved an hour and a half away from where
Is he going to commute to work?
Maybe. He said some people do.
Okay, well, I need everyone to take a shower. But guess what? The shower, there's no hot water in the house. He said that it takes a really long time to get the electricity, to get the hot water. Not only that, there's no shower. It's kind of like when you stay on a train.
Okay, I stayed at this place called the Hawthorne in Salem.
Okay.
And they called it like a boutique hotel, which means small. So it's like one small room with a bed in it, and then it's like a closet, and then there's a room with a toilet and a sink. Then it looks like a closet. You just open the door and it is the shower. There's no walking into it into the shower. It just is like a box.
Oh.
That's it. It's weird. It's like a tiled room.
Right.
And it's like the size of less than like a half-size bathroom. It's very tiny.
Oh, God.
It's terrifying. But you couldn't even shower with the door open because your hotel room would get wet. And that's what it reminded me of.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was
That's
the weirdest
the scariest
thing.
part.
It was the weirdest thing.
Oh
yeah.
No, it reminded me of like, I think some cruise ships do that. A train does that where you shower over the toilet.
Yes.
Yeah, like a train car.
The train does that. Yeah.
That is terrifying and disgusting. Also, like, would it have taken a lot? Like, because the bathroom wasn't even small.
No.
Would it have taken a lot to put that in the corner? And
That's
then, like,
what
put
I
like a
couldn't
little lip on
understand.
it?
Why was it there? You know?
It's like, Indians are so advanced in technology and like they're not.
I know. I don't get it.
It confused me a lot.
I get overwhelmed. I feel like it's very, very populated where they are.
Absolutely. But like I said, it's not like you couldn't have very simply constructed that bathroom a little bit differently to just be a little bit more comfortable.
Right.
But maybe it's just what we're used to as Americans.
You know what, though? He knows that she's used to a really nice place in America. And I think that he did the best that he could. I think he did a really nice job.
Yeah.
Because I think...
It wasn't gross.
No, that's the thing. It wasn't gross. It was very clean. It just wasn't homey to me. That was my problem with it.
Yeah. So, speaking of filthy dirty, let's talk about Paul and Carini. So he's going to go to Brazil because he said that Carini was let down, that he didn't show up last time when he was supposed to because he couldn't take all his bags because of the embargo.
He is a moron.
Wow. Okay.
Like, not to be mean.
Tell me how you really feel, Noelle.
So I watch the show alone. Tracy watches the show alone.
Right.
We like to watch it to take notes. I don't really like to watch it with anyone. My husband happened to be off today and he watched it with me. And he told me, like, there's something wrong with this guy. He is an emotionally disturbed person. He's an EDP. Like, you look at him and there's something wrong with him. And I'm like, you know what? Like, we always knew he was crazy. But when I really looked at him, like, he looks...
Yeah, he's
nutty.
Odd. He's very nutty. He has a strange look in his eye.
Yes.
She is 7 months pregnant and she's studying English. Her boobs are the biggest thing I've ever seen.
They're mounds. Yeah.
So she's with her brother Bonnie.
I know.
And she's, just talking to him about the thing. And he is like, listen, he's the worst.
He's unbalanced, which is a great way to put it.
Absolutely.
And basically they're like, yeah, he doesn't want to work. Like, it's really what it is.
Sure.
So here's the thing. You see where they live. It's not in a great area. I understand giving up things for love and sacrificing for love. If you were doing this again, Tracy,
Okay.
would you or would you not? Because I'm pretty sure you would. You would work your ass off, save all this money,
So that you guys can go to
so
a better
you can
place.
go to a better place because she's gonna have a baby.
Yeah, but he's not. He doesn't have a normal way of thinking.
I
His
guess.
thought pattern is off, and her thought pattern is off, and
Yeah.
that's the real problem. She's crying for Paul, and she wants him to work,
Yeah,
and she is just being very hard to look at this episode.
she is not a little attractive.
No, she's not. He said that he's moving there, and he's never coming back to America.
Why are these people very dramatic about this?
Also,
like,
Paul, shut up.
like you're never coming back.
But now Karini's ignoring him.
Because she's like, he's annoying. I can't deal with this. Like, he doesn't want to come because of the luggage. Like, she's probably irritated.
Of course. Now, do you remember? Now, did you watch the season with them originally?
I remember, this isn't the first time I've met them. So obviously
Okay.
I don't remember if I watched the whole thing.
Okay, so do you remember his journey to Brazil the first time he went? The journey to the Amazon?
I remember that he had all these bags with him.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I remember that.
He had to take a plane to a
He had to
place.
take
and
a
then
boat?
and then he had to take a boat.
I remember
He had
that.
to take a boat 3 days down the river.
Yes, I remember he had it like a little thing he put on his weenus.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. She must have moved to
Yes.
a totally different place because he
Yeah.
didn't have to take the boat anymore.
No, it was like not a voyage like that at all.
So when you chose the new place to live, you chose where the murders happened?
Yes.
Okay, cool. He said that someone was killed in front of their building.
Yeah, that's terrifying. Does she live alone?
They live in an attic. I don't know. They live in an attic.
They live in an attic. When you first walk in
Yeah.
and into the kitchen, it looked like there was a giant window, but I don't think there was like a screen or anything
Sure.
on the
It was
window.
like an
You know what I
open-
mean? Like, I'm not talking,
It was like an open air kitchen.
or I'm not trying to be ignorant. I'm not like, oh, hey, they live in poverty, but this is not a nice place.
No.
No.
So he shows up there and she's in her bra and panties.
Yes.
And they're like, all right, yeah, we're going to film this.
Yeah.
And
I think they really did surprise her.
I wrote this quote down.
Okay.
No very luggage.
I don't know what she says sometimes.
She has a dirty child's room. Did you see the stuffed animals?
She had stuffed animals everywhere. She had Minnie and Mickey pillowcases.
She has a dirty kid's room.
Yeah, I know. It was a mess in there.
She says that she hates him.
Basically, she's like, what's wrong with you? He can't make mature, normal decisions.
And he talks to her like she is a child.
Right. He does talk to her. Well, he loves to control her.
He's
he
like,
wants to.
hello.
If I was her, I would be terrified of him moving there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but apparently she's not all there either.
No.
He shows her the bulletproof baby character.
But she
Carrier?
she looks at him like
I know.
like he's off.
Now, in her confessional, her fake eyelashes.
I know. They were plastic. They were plastic.
That was insane.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he didn't bring any of the baby stuff, but he brought her makeup from Walmart.
Uh-huh. He brought her makeup. He brought her a novel.
Oh my God. You have to take better care of yourself. You can't be using makeup from Walmart. It was like a palette from Walmart.
It was really bad.
Instead of the baby stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We have to be really careful about what we put in our bodies.
Yeah. Right?
Do you know why?
Tell me.
Because do you know that the FDA doesn't require brands to disclose a comprehensive list of ingredients in their feminine care products, so most of them just don't?
It's very scary.
Yeah, it's terrible. Lola offers a complete transparency about the ingredients found in their tampons, pads, liners, and wipes. What is Lola, you ask?
What is Lola?
Lola's a female-founded company offering a line of organic tampons, pads, liners, and all-natural cleansing wipes. Founders Jordan and Alex started their company with a simple, seemingly obvious idea that women shouldn't have to compromise when it comes to feminine care products, you know? So Lola's a subscription service.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yes. So it makes it a little bit easier. It's fully customizable, and you can choose your mix of products, mix of absorbency, number of boxes, and frequency of delivery. And it's super flexible. You can change, skip, or cancel your subscription at any time. So it's founded for women by women, which we love, right? And they're now offering cleaning wipes, which they never used to do before.
Oh, that's great.
And now for every purchase, they donate feminine care products to homeless shelters across the U.S.
I love that.
Isn't that nice? You've been using their pads. I've been using their wipes. Like, they're really great quality products.
They're great quality. They're compact. They go right in my purse.
Yeah. Nice packaging too.
Yes.
I really, really enjoy them. For 40% off all subscriptions, visit mylola.com and enter 90-day trash talk when you subscribe. So that's visit mylola, mylola.com, and enter 90-day trash talk when you subscribe for 40% off all subscriptions.
Awesome.
Amazing. Let's move on to Tiffany and Ronald.
I mean, okay. I really just do not like her.
So her son Daniel is excited to eat new candy.
Okay.
In a different country.
Is there anything like off about Daniel?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't mean that, in a mean way at all.
I don't think so.
I don't know if he's just, I'm not used to being around kids.
No,
so
I don't think,
is he just being a kid?
Yeah, I think he was just a little kid.
Yeah, I don't know. He was like very, almost like overly excited. That's why I wasn't sure.
Yeah, but you don't know what she feeds him. You know what I mean?
That's true.
When he said that I'm excited about eating new candy in a new place, like, I thought of you.
I thought I was his mother.
I was like, oh, wow. I wonder if Noelle's parents are going to move her across seasons. Just like I think that I could get you to South Africa if I was like, you can eat some new candy.
Honestly, you probably could.
Noelle.
You probably could, yeah.
Do you want to go to China?
No.
Okay, so there's a lot of candy there, and you can try all new treats.
Will it give me a stomach ache?
No, it's magic.
I'm coming.
Okay. Malik is Daniel's BFF.
Yes. Malik has fun hair.
Okay, they both have fun hair.
Yeah.
'Cause I think that both their moms are hairdressers.
Yes.
They probably met in beauty school or at work or something like that. His mom is Jasmine, and that's Tiffany's friend.
And she had very red hair. Everyone just had fun hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, she's telling Jasmine, she's like, yeah, we're moving to South Africa, but we're not sure if we're really moving there.
Right.
Wait, what?
Well, I feel like she's lying.
She's
a
lying.
liar. She makes it like, oh, I'm not sure. We have to see how Ronald is. Like, listen, you're moving there. You don't say,
you moved there.
Oh, if my son and him don't have the right chemistry, I can't force it. I mean, you're forcing it. You're moving it.
There.
You're right. You're moving.
She said that she never allowed anyone in Daniel's life before.
Okay,
cool. But now you asked.
But suddenly this is your new dad.
You
Ronald.
asked Daniel, and he goes, I get to meet my dad.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have really bad news for you, Ronald.
Right. It's not your dad.
It's not your dad. It's some weirdo that your mom might marry.
That is probably going to gamble your birthday money away.
Ronald is the man that you're going to blame all your problems for in therapy.
That's funny.
I'm just saying. So now the kids are sad. They're crying.
Yeah, that was sad.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, that was sad.
The poor kid is being pulled away from his home, from his family.
So let me ask you, why wouldn't she go out there first to like check out the scene?
Well, she did.
Yeah, but I think I think she should go out there for like 6 months.
Right. And like leave Daniel with her mom because her mom
and
already
then
has
really see how are the schools for Daniel? How about this? Daniel?
How about you see how Ronald is?
Yeah. Right.
Because she can't, because it's the visa situation, I think.
Oh, okay.
This is the problem. Like, these visa situations really force people to do things that you don't really know if you want to do or not. So she said that she wants to bring seasonings and beans.
And she has the thing. First, she's saying she doesn't want to crush pasta. She was bringing pasta.
I don't know.
Seasoning. I don't know what kind of seasoning. I really want to know what kind of seasoning.
I don't know, but did you see the little puppy? They had a little chihuahua.
The little black chihuahua. Yeah.
So she hopes that Ronald's going to be better.
Yeah.
And her mom has a tattoo of a 15-year-old girl on her shoulder. She's a leopard tattoo.
I saw. Oh, yeah. That's right. She's got a cold shoulder shirt on. Yeah.
With her leopard tattoo showing. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, her mom's like 12 years younger than she is.
Yeah. Her mom is like young.
Her sister's 3. Mm-hmm. Just throwing that out there. Let's talk about Laura and Aladdin. I am bothered on so many levels by their segment.
Okay,
so we go to Ludwig's house because now Laura is going to tell Ludwig
right,
about everything that's going on.
Right.
Ludwig is a little person.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very crazy accent.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of accent.
And she's like, well, he's not really my brother.
But he's like my brother.
Okay, so he's your friend.
Right. But I guess they're like, maybe they live together, you know, because
He's your friend.
I have a male friend who's like my brother.
He's your friend, though.
But I get it. But I get where she's coming from. But I want to know more about their relationship.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Totally. So now he's like, listen, I'm going to make you a Ludwig grilled cheese. It's almost like they were forcing him on us to be a character.
Of course he was. They wanted to show him on the step stool.
Right. Like they
I
had to
agree.
show him on the step stool. They had to show him make a bad little person joke.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't like that.
I hated it.
Yeah.
So now he makes the grilled cheese and he uses not only maple syrup on the grilled cheese, he uses fake maple syrup.
Okay, but also were those olives?
We don't really know. There's a lot of speculation
Some
about
people
that.
say it's figs.
Yeah, so
it didn't really look like a fig to me.
Ludwig says he actually spoke on this somewhere,
Okay.
right? So he said that it was
Yeah.
a fig and that he usually uses honey, but he didn't have any honey.
Okay.
Guess what, Ludwig? Get it together. You're being filmed by TLC.
I love a grilled cheese dipped into syrup. I do.
Oh, okay.
I do. When I go to the diner, like sometimes I'll get like pancakes and a grilled cheese.
You
Dip
eat
around.
fake maple syrup.
Yeah, I love fake maple syrup.
I can't eat fake maple syrup.
Well, because you get violent.
I get very violent with it. I don't know.
Yeah, it just doesn't go well with you.
It doesn't.
And you also don't like anything fake.
I don't.
I know.
I like organic.
Mm-hmm.
So now we sit down with Ludwig over this grilled cheese.
Yes. But they're splitting one. They split one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, you don't want to get too full.
But it was cut the right way. So
That was fine.
Uh-huh.
On a diagonal is the right way, by the way.
yes.
She lets him know, like, listen, I'm going to go. This guy Aladdin. Oh, by the way, though, you remember how I just told you I'm going to marry him? I already married him.
Married him. What the hell?
She married him 9 days after she met him. And she's like, listen, the reason we did it was because in his country, you can't check into a hotel
Right.
together unless you're married. So I was like, okay, fine. We'll just get married.
I mean, that's a weird reason.
The funniest thing is they did that. Like, he's the opposite of Azan.
Right.
Azan is like, oh, we can't check into a hotel unless you're married.
Yay.
Well, that's really upsetting because we're not going to be married for 10 more years.
Yeah. It really is the opposite.
The opposite.
I can't figure out what's happening here until I meet more of some Aladdin.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
So she said that they had a little paper wedding, but they didn't have the 3-day wedding that you have in his country.
Right.
Ludwig has Star Trek glasses on.
Uh-huh.
And she's talking to him and he's like, listen, a guy that age, he might want kids. And she's like, well, I got to tell you, I don't know if I can give him kids.
I mean, you can't.
What do you mean you don't know?
You know that you can't. Right.
What do you mean you don't know?
Right.
She is 51 years old. What do you mean you don't know?
Because I know you can't.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
Ludwig is not on board on this.
Ludwig is not amused by
Okay,
any
but
of this.
what is his accent?
I don't know because it's not an accent
Is it
I'm familiar
Dutch?
with. I don't know.
Guys, if you know what kind of accent Ludwig has or where he's from,
Yeah.
or the backstory on this is so
it's so appealing.
Yes,
I want to know.
Absolutely. And this is how they pull us in.
Yeah, they do because I'm pulled in by this.
Right now,
Yeah.
I'm like thinking about him. I'm like, did they ask him if he has any weird recipes? Like, how did the casting on this go?
Right. This was very random.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Anything in closing on Ludwig?
I mean, nothing really. That was about it. I want to see more of him. I hope they keep him on to show more.
Yeah, like you can't just give him
Right.
to
And then
us.
take him away. Right.
100%.
So I know next week we meet a couple. He's in Korea.
Okay.
And she is pregnant and she's going to move there. And he
Yeah.
has very split lips.
Yes. Okay. I remember
Yes.
seeing so we'll see what happens.
So
with that.
I'm really excited to see this.
Okay. So let's talk about Happily Ever After season 4, episode 10, Sparks Will Fly.
All right.
Okay. So Larissa's second arrest threatens her life in America. Nicole pops a big question to Azan. Jay's infidelity could cost him his freedom. Elizabeth braces herself for drama when both families unite for the first time, and Paula's old friend stirs the pot.
All right.
Okay, so let's talk about Ashley and Jay first.
Okay.
She is disgusted by him. She doesn't want to be around him.
But does that mean you should call the cops?
So Jay comes over and she calls him a POS.
Right.
She says that she hopes he dies.
Rightfully so.
Sure. She hopes he dies. A little bit much, but okay, I get it. She tells him to take his stuff and leave.
Right.
And then
it's already
she gets
bagged up.
Sure. She gets up and she gets in his face and she starts pushing him. And what he said to her, she said, "You cheated on me." And he said, "Whose fault is that?"
Right. So basically he's insinuating it was her fault. So I get why she went.
Totally.
I
She
get
saw red.
the anger, but I don't like the way she acts. I don't.
Absolutely not. But he doesn't get his stuff.
Right.
And he's saying that he slept with his other girl and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
She goes outside to yell at him.
Right.
And then she calls 911.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like there has to be something missing from this.
Well, because they're making it seem like he's like a real innocent bystander in
Right.
this. And I feel like, is that true?
I don't know.
Yeah,
and that's
I don't
where
know.
editing comes in. And it's like, I wish I really knew what happened because the cops did not seem annoyed by this.
No, not at all.
Or maybe they're just like not very busy.
But I don't think they're very busy in Mechanicsburg, but he is very nervous.
Sure, but
yeah,
I just feel like 911 is for real emergencies.
I would never have called 911 for something like this.
Could you imagine if I called 911 every time my boyfriend cheated on me?
No.
There would be so many logged
Yeah.
calls. Anyway,
Imagine I called 911 just every time I got into an argument with Matt. You know what I mean?
but
Come
that's what
on.
I'm saying. I feel like there has to be more than that.
I also, but maybe, but also I think she tries to scare him and he's young,
100%.
he's 20 years old, you know?
So the producers play dumb though. I didn't like that.
I know.
He's like, "Hey, is that the cops?" And they're like,
He's
"Oh,
like,
we don't know
I
anything."
know.
And he's like, "Hey, did she call the cops?" And they're like,
know.
"Oh, we wouldn't even have a way of knowing
How
that.
would we know? Yeah.
We weren't in the house filming.
Yeah, I
her
don't
call
like
911. She wants him arrested.
Mm-hmm.
The cops come. They talk to her privately in the bedroom upstairs. They question Jay. Jay is
Crying tears.
They want a marriage license. They want to see that because really there's not much they could do. They're like, "You're married to him.
Right.
You know, he didn't hit you and they're married."
But
You're
I
married to
also
him.
think she really thinks like they're just going to take him into immigration right there. And
Sure. And that's, as we know from watching this show,
right.
that's not really how it works.
But shame on her for not filing his adjustment of status.
Yeah, but here's the thing, and I'm not even trying to defend her.
Yeah.
We don't know the real timeline of things that happen. So she didn't file for her adjustment of status,
Right.
but maybe they weren't, she was like, "Hey, listen, I want you to leave. Like, you've cheated on me." You don't know.
No, I think that she was using that to hold over his head.
Absolutely. But remember, he cheated on her 3 days after the wedding.
It's unbelievable.
So you get where
Uh-huh.
I'm coming from, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, what is the right thing? Not shame on her, because if your husband cheats on you 3 days later and you're like, "Hey, I just want you to go back to Jamaica. Like, you cheated on me."
But that's the thing. I don't think she wanted him to go back to Jamaica.
I don't know if she knew what
but
she
who
wanted.
really knows? Right.
And this is where I get mad because it's like, to properly judge this situation, I need a timeline of facts.
They're giving us half truths.
100%. So the Destiny sits down.
Also, that couch is gold.
Is it?
Yeah, it's very interesting.
Oh, I have to take another look at it. Destiny is her friend that comes over and she sits down and she talks to Jay. And he's like, "I can't believe the cops came." And Destiny says something that's really weird.
What?
She goes, "I think it's best."
I think she meant I think it's best that you guys aren't
leave.
together.
Right,
You
but-
leave, right.
Okay. Well, the cops tell him to get his stuff and his friend's going to come pick him up. The cops apparently couldn't get in touch with immigration because it was late at night. And he said, "I could find someone else to marry in the U.S."
Right.
And then I was like, "Well, Jay, everything that I just had, like any feel I had for you just now." went
No,
out the
I think
window.
he meant it as in that's not what this is about. If I really wanted to stay here, I would just find someone else to marry.
Oh, I didn't
you know?
take it like that. I took it like, "Hey, if it's not going to be you, it's going to be someone
Oh
else."
no, I don't think that's how he meant it.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So they both have pretty bad roots in this hair roots.
Very bad.
She doesn't know what to say to her kids.
Okay.
Well, I think the first thing you should tell your kids is, "I'm sorry that I'm wearing these fake eyelashes that are not all the way glued on."
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Mommy still loves you. Yes.
Destiny's hair is so broken.
Oh, it's fried.
It's not a haircut. It's like just...
It's fried off.
Yes.
Yeah.
So she takes off her lashes because if you look back and forth as they're doing the confessional to the camera, sometimes she has her lashes on, sometimes she doesn't.
Oh, okay.
To be honest with you, I think she looks so much better without them. I think everyone looks better without these fake lashes.
That'll be the day I ever wear fake lashes. I just associate fake lashes automatically with like stripper, not lash extensions. The fake lashes.
The strip.
Yes.
Okay, so I kind of... You ever see like an elephant and they have those long eyelashes? Yeah. That's what I think of every time I see a strip.
There's nothing, you're not fooling anyone with
Absolutely.
them.
Now, the funniest thing is everyone in this show, when the producers are there and they're crying and now they're going to go to bed because they're so upset, they all go to bed on top of the covers with all their clothes on.
In jeans.
It's like they have like snow boots on.
I know.
It's like, hey, can you just real quick pretend to go to bed?
Always Chantel is always doing that too.
Ashley did it too.
Yeah. No, I know. Ashley had on her jeans, her little ankle socks.
Okay. Are you ready for Larissa and Colty?
I'm ready.
Deb has to take Larissa to the lawyer.
Right.
And Larissa's like, Deb is my enemy.
I think that this relationship is making Larissa insane.
1,000%.
Yeah.
She's so excited to see Adam, though.
Yeah, she's probably excited to see anyone. You know, someone says that she looked like Morticia Adams going to the lawyer.
I could see. No, it's like her. Yeah, she had like a very weirdly full hair look that day.
With her bangs.
Yes, and she's like a little pale. I get that.
I don't know. I didn't see it. I thought she actually looked nice for once. She had on like a longer sleeve, like black dress. It wasn't like a bandeau dress.
She didn't have a Fashion Nova dress.
Yeah.
On. The receptionist at this lawyer's office is like a random union worker.
Yes.
And he's like, hey, yo, how you doing? You want to see the lawyer? I'll bring you back.
For the lawyer? All right.
Follow me. I was like, what is going on there? So now we get taken back to Adam Vander Hayden.
And she doesn't want anyone in there. And I don't blame her. I would not want Debbie in there.
Get away from me, Debbie. Go outside. Colt took her phone away.
Mm-hmm.
Then they cuffed Colt. Then they spoke to Colt. They uncuffed him and they cuffed her.
Yeah, because he threw her under the bus.
Yes, 100%. Yep. So this is what Adam Vander Hayden said. Mm-hmm. He said that only one side of the story was presented to the cops. So he's going to try to present her story in court.
Yes.
And I think that was wrong of the cops.
Of course it was.
What happened to believe women?
No, that's
Just
not
saying.
something that happens in this case. I'll tell you that.
Sure. So he said that she could be deported or sent to jail or both.
Yeah, she's probably terrified.
So Debbie opens the door.
Or maybe she's like, get me the hell out of here.
I know. Like, when is this going to end?
Yeah.
Debbie opens the door to Larissa's room because she wants to know if she got arraigned or not, because this is the day that she's getting arraigned.
And she's like, I'm busy, Debbie. I'm busy.
Yeah. And she just opens the door to the bedroom. They probably don't have locks on their bedroom door.
No, now I'm starting to see them. Like, I've always known what they were, but I'm starting to see them a lot more clearly. Debbie and Colt.
Yes. The controlling weird stuff. So she picks up her husband from work, Debbie.
Yes. And she's in a sweater in Las Vegas.
But there's so many layers, though.
He's in a flannel.
He is dressed like a grunge skateboarder in 1994.
I mean, he dresses like how I dress still sometimes.
It's very crazy. So she picks up her husband from work, Colt.
Yes.
And they talk bad about Larissa in the car.
Yes. She wants Larissa deported.
Yes.
Basically.
And he said that she doesn't care how he feels. Larissa, we're turning this on to Larissa now.
Yes.
And Debbie looks at Colt and says, Colt, you gotta end this.
It's gotta end.
You gotta end this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Larissa wants it to end. But also, it's not up to him to end it. Why do you think that you have the power? Larissa's probably going to leave you.
Because I think they all are deluded that like Larissa actually like loves him.
Yeah.
And Larissa has no power here. They truly believe that they have all of the power over this woman's life.
So she won't talk to him. Larissa will not talk to him, and he's trying to force her to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, listen, this is my room and this is my house. She's laying in the dark.
Yep.
And the most terrifying part of this, as Colt is walking down the stairs, there's some corner shelving in the staircase. There is a wolf head on the stairs.
I didn't notice the wolf head.
Yes.
Right.
I understand now everything that Larissa feels.
Tell me.
Because Larissa has come in. It's not just the slot machine.
It's
not just the food processor.
It's a cliche hell.
It's not just the camo recliner. No, it's the wolf head. Who decorated this place?
Debbie.
So he tracks the case online and he sees that there's DA denial, which means he thinks that the case is closed.
Right.
He seems upset that he thinks it's dismissed.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought the same thing.
And Colt's like, this should be celebratory.
He is horrifying. And I was like, literally, I was sitting there watching it and I'm like, I cannot imagine how Larissa feels right now.
Yeah,
she probably feels so trapped. She has no friends.
Yeah.
Nobody but them. And it's turning into a nightmare for her.
Speaking of alienation, let's talk about Libby and Andre. His dad is here and he's meeting her family for the first time.
He's adorable.
He's so nice, his dad. Andre told his dad that she has a very bad family.
Yes.
And her family's like, listen, we want to be loving and accepting to his dad.
They couldn't have been nicer to him.
They couldn't have been. So they were talking to the dad and Andre was saying, he's like, they said to Andre and his dad, like, did you cry when you saw each other? And he's like, nobody cries in Moldova.
Right.
And then his dad's like, actually, like when we get sad, we cry.
Right.
He's like, that's not even true. Like, what Moldova are you from, Andre?
Right.
Because I come from crying Moldova. I come from emo Moldova.
That's so funny. Uh-huh.
He says that he's so excited to meet his granddaughter.
He is so happy. He's being so positive.
Yes.
And I love that he didn't like automatically just listen to what Andre said.
He knows his son.
Yep.
Come on. There was a seafood feast and barbecue.
Yeah, they're like, we didn't know what he ate, so we got seafood and barbecue.
Oh,
and
Andre is boiling. He's boiling.
He's okay. He needs attention.
I did not get welcoming party.
Because you're an asshole. That's why.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
He's trying to fight.
You're not nice.
And her dad is like, hey, listen, it's not about us.
Right.
His own dad says Andre is an aggressive hothead.
Yeah. You know, and it's like, Andre, you wonder why they didn't welcome you.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
right
nice.
He came off right away pretty
right.
bad.
And that's the thing. And the dad's so nice. They're nice people.
What a shame.
What?
Because you know what? He's not a terrible looking guy. I mean, he looks a little bit worse the way he looks now.
Yes.
But he's not a bad looking guy. She has such a nice family. They come from money and they are very generous as well. And if he was just a little bit nicer.
Yep.
They probably would buy them a house.
I would have married her.
Yeah, but they probably would have bought him a house.
Yeah.
Like, this is insane.
I feel like if I could have a house, like one of her sister's beautiful houses, I would marry Elizabeth.
I'll marry her right now.
Yeah.
100%. Nice countertops, good backsplashes.
Nice, always nice islands.
Yeah, very open concept.
And so now, okay, question. They're in Florida.
Yeah.
Those are the Disney fireworks they're watching? Like, because in Orlando, they have Disney fireworks. Like, they do them every night.
No, I think that it was kind of like that. They had the fireworks
but
done
did
for
they?
him.
Or were they
I don't
Disney
know.
fireworks? That's what I'm trying to figure
I don't think
out.
they're in Atlanta, though. I don't think they're in Orlando.
Where are they in Florida? I don't know.
Maybe Tampa?
That's why I was just asking.
Oh, yeah. No,
yeah,
I'm not sure. I don't think they're in Orlando.
I love how they speak in sign language to the dad. Because, you know,
like, your son, no good.
Right. They're like pointing and they're like saying like family. And it's like, guys, he's not deaf. He just doesn't speak
but they're
English.
they just don't know how to get through
I
to him
know.
because the only translator is the enemy.
I know. And that's the worst because you're like, what is he saying?
I know. I was wondering if he was going to translate
Me
wrong
too.
on purpose. But then I was like, you know what? They're going to see the episode.
That's true.
Now, her father, Libby's father, just like us, cannot understand where Andre come from because he's not like his dad at all. Now, so they have the fireworks, and Andre and Libby are talking afterwards, and she's like, "Oh my god, I bet your dad's never seen fireworks."
Right,
which was like kind of a silly thing to say, and he's like, "This is woman logic."
And then she's like, "Well, I've never seen them outside of Florida," and it's like.
Yeah, well,
you've never left the only
but you've also
place?
never left Florida, Libby.
That's what I mean.
Just saying. She's ready to deliver soon, and now they're talking about who should be in the delivery room.
Right.
And he said it's just her and him, and that's it because he doesn't want negativity.
I would be horrified if it was just me and Andre.
He'd be like, "Push the baby, you get no medicine."
No, you wouldn't be allowed to have medicine.
Shut the lights off.
Just push. Hurry up! I don't want to be here all day. I have to go to the gym.
Terrorize me with your delivery.
Yeah. So when I give birth, when I get pregnant one day, and when I'm a grown up, Tracy, and my husband will be in the room.
Thank you. I'm really excited about that.
No, it's just you guys. I can't handle anybody else. But
your mom would be like, "Hey, Noelle, you know what would be really good? You can just take some, just like some medication.
Take some Vicodins.
Yeah, you should just take some Vicodin while you deliver because it's really good for the baby. They say that it's very good for the baby's skin."
My mother would be more like,
"I'll take one. I'll show you.
I'll show you, right?" My mother would be like, "I didn't even know you were pregnant. Why are we here?"
George, are you going to drive up?
Are you gonna, George? She's crowning. Take a look. Yeah, so that
was Noelle's mom and stepdad.
So it's just gonna be Tracy and my husband in the room because I feel like, right? I think that'll be a lot of fun. I think you guys together work very well together.
I think so too,
and I think it'll be really nice because just him, he's gonna need someone to talk him off the ledge.
Absolutely,
you know what I mean?
Here I am.
And yet he was an EMT, so it's cool having him there,
right? But
too.
It's different when it's your own kid.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to give birth in a hospital?
Okay, I feel like if it was up to me, obviously I would give birth like on my couch,
right?
But like that's not really like a thing. I feel like my dogs would jump all over me.
But a birthing center? Do you want a midwife? Like, what's your deal?
I don't know what a birthing center is. Tell me. I don't know what that is.
Do you remember when Pau and Russ went to the birthing center?
The tiny bathtub,
right? But there's places like that, and you can have a midwife.
A mat would never allow it.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm sure I would give birth in a hospital, but regardless, you'll be there.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Why? She said that why? Okay, so he said that she's like, would your dad want to be in the room?
Right. That's weird.
Okay, honestly though, why would his dad want to be in the room?
I don't know, but I think that's like, it's a little much.
That's so much.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, hello.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man from Moldova that doesn't speak English.
Right. Nice to, oh, hello. Here we are.
Yeah, here
I
am.
He said he'll be there at the hospital.
Yeah.
But like, he's not going to, yeah. He says, you are weak to your family.
What does that even mean? Because she wants her mother in the delivery
room. You are
room?
weak. You are supposed to deliver wherever you are by yourself.
Listen, most people want their mom there when they're giving birth.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to be there.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's like your comfort, you know?
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just feel like, yeah, she's scared. It's her first kid. Yeah. She wants her mom there. What's wrong with that?
100%. Let's talk about Chantel and Pedro. Speaking of scary moms.
I didn't like anything about Chantel and Pedro. It really bothered me.
I don't like this at all. So
no.
She wants to talk to him before she leaves. So he's like, listen, you want to talk to me privately before you leave? Come out with my friends and my sister. So she goes and she brings Obed.
And she's in her crushed velvet dress.
She sure is. And he said, this is a test for her to see if she can get along with all of my friends. Side note, you ready? Captain's log day 81, no haircut for Pedro.
Seriously, Captain's That's funny. But no, seriously, it's bad.
She walks into this restaurant bar. They're always like in the back room of a restaurant.
Always.
And they are interrogating her.
They are straight up attacking her.
They're like, listen, we know that there's problems in your marriage. We all know. And he's like, yes, there are problems in our marriage. Let me go sit next to my sister's friend that I was dirty dancing
They're
with.
Sharks. They're swimming around her like sharks.
Okay, now they all hate her. So Pedro's sister's like, actually, look, you deserve this, and shows her a video of Pedro dirty dancing with that dirty girl next to him.
But also, you do that to your brother?
Why wasn't he mad at her?
What's wrong with you? I think he wasn't sure if he should be at first.
So she walks out and Pedro doesn't go after her.
No.
And I got to tell you, here is the turning point. All of a sudden, all of his friends are turning on his sister.
Which I wasn't expecting because they were all really nasty to Chantel. But I think they even realized like, whoa, so you crossed the line.
They're interviewing his friends way too much for this.
Yes.
So they have 3 of his friends standing there. One of them is dressed like she's a guest at a wedding.
Yes, she is.
One of them is like, he looks like he's like going to a club. And it was so strange. And the girl that was dirty dancing with him is being interviewed too.
Karima. Yeah.
And she's like, listen, I get it, but also like she got what she deserved.
Yeah, but what the hell did Chantel do really so bad to deserve them to treat her that way.
that was awful.
She did nothing to them either.
But Pedro talks bad about her, and the sister talks super bad about her.
It's really awful.
They need to separate their friends.
Yeah.
Now, she's like, listen, I want to go back to the hotel, and I want to talk to you in private.
Totally understandable.
Okay, but then they get to the hotel, and she's like, oh, actually, I'm not going to talk to you until tomorrow.
Okay, I would flip out if I was him.
And he was like, okay, bye. And he leaves.
Yeah.
And then she goes to sleep, and it's like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't really understand what that was about because, what do you like? If you get into an argument,
I want to talk about it right now.
I want to talk about it right now. My husband wants to talk about it after he cools off the next day.
No, I don't want to cool off at all.
That makes me want to break everything in the house.
Same.
I don't like it.
Same.
So I understand cooler heads prevail. I do. But they had
She dragged him to the hotel.
She dragged him there. It's the part I don't understand.
It's like, it's not like, hey, let's meet up tomorrow. She's like, you have to come back with me because I want to talk to you in private now.
I hate.
And then she's like, JK, I meant tomorrow. And
his
he's like,
sister
okay,
deserves a slap.
the
for
biggest
that.
slap ever.
Chantel really showed her true colors just being a lady and leaving there.
Yeah.
Because if I was her, there would be a drink in her sister's face.
A drink, there would be a knife in her sister's
Yeah.
neck. I would have shanked her in the neck.
I have like a little bit of the hiccups. I'm sorry. I don't mean
it's
to.
all right.
Okay.
So she goes to the gym in full. Well, first she goes to a makeup artist and she has her full makeup done, and then she goes to the gym. Wait, first
in a bathing suit,
wait,
basically.
I'm just kidding. She goes to her makeup artist first, then she goes to her stylist for her photo shoot, then she goes to the gym.
She's in basically like a bathing suit workout.
It's very
outfit.
strange.
I don't really understand what's happening.
She's not wearing her ring.
Okay, I didn't notice that.
That was staged because Pedro walks into the gym, doesn't even see her yet, and is like, "Where's your ring?"
I didn't even notice that part. I don't know. I was too busy watching Matt drooling over Chantel. He's in love with her.
Oh wow, well
Yeah.
I get it. He said that it's not a big deal what happened with the dancing, and he's not taking responsibility for the video.
Do you think it was a big deal what happened with the dancing?
On other circumstances, no.
Right.
But in their situation, yes. So you and your husband love each other, right? And like you have a great relationship and you communicate with each other.
Yeah.
So if he was out at a party and he did that, it's like, you're a jerk.
Yeah, I'd be like, you're a loser.
And he'd be like, shut up, you're embarrassing me.
Right.
And that would happen. And then it would have been, but would you go to bed like thinking about it?
No.
If your husband told you that he wanted space, went back to his country or went on vacation and then did that, how would you feel?
I would feel heartbroken.
And then showed
Yep.
the video from, you know what I mean? It's not about
she must have
dancing
felt
with
so embarrassed.
Yes.
Yep.
It's not about dancing with someone else. It's not about what happened. It's about how it happened.
Right, because that's the thing. I don't think it was a big deal, but I think also the way his sister presented it, like all these people are attacking her, and then she looks like a fool on top of it.
Of course. And I got to tell you, speaking of your husband danced like that with his guy friends at your wedding.
More so, I didn't dance with him.
Yeah,
I had one dance.
he was dirty dancing,
Yes.
grinding with his man friends.
Yes, but dancing even dirtier.
That was dirty. Yes.
It was
What they
even
were doing at
dirtier.
your wedding was I clutched my own pearls.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it.
That's true.
I could not believe it. So he wants to be with her. All of a sudden he apologizes and now he wants to be with her.
Yes.
He's like, listen, after I saw you in this bathing suit contraption in this gym.
So, side note, did you see the commercial for the family Chantel?
I haven't yet.
Okay, I saw it the other day.
Tell me.
And he's trying to get his mother and his sister to move to America.
Oh,
He wants to move
I am
them.
shocked.
Right, but he has a haircut. He looks so much better.
Oh my God, it must have been
Yes.
Captain's Log Day 82.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Nicole and Azan. Speaking of something that's never going to happen.
God.
They're at the juice bar. I'm going to let you talk.
Okay. So, May wants a watermelon drink,
Which is what I want.
which is what I want. And I like how, so she asked the woman, like, do you have a watermelon drink? And she's like, no, we have that in the summer. And she's like, oh, that makes sense. And it was just like, she's so dopey. So she's like, I'll have what'd you get? A protein shake.
Chocolate protein smoothie.
Protein smoothie. So I'm watching it. Guys, don't get mad. This is just a comment. Matt's like, that's the last thing she needs.
But
And I'm
maybe
like,
she was
wow.
working out real hard and she needed a recovery smoothie.
Listen, Nicole, I don't know. I think she wanted to get the smoothie so she could FaceTime Azan and be like, look, I'm drinking a protein smoothie.
Do people think that's healthy?
Yes. People think it's healthy.
Also, you got her an apple juice. Is it a real apple juice?
Of course it's not.
Or is it just apple juice? But it's a juice bar. Because real apple juice is delicious, like from a juicer. It's also very foamy, though.
I've never had real apple juice.
Really?
I love apple juice.
I'm going to bring you to a place.
You should. I would love to have real apple juice because I love apples.
As long as my family doesn't have an emergency, I'm going to bring you to this apple place.
Okay.
Azan had a family emergency, and they couldn't go to...
So he can't video chat.
He had a family emergency, so he broke up with her. Mm-hmm. So she sends May over to color in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, listen, I know we're in a public place. Go get kidnapped.
I mean, not for nothing. It's pretty convenient, though. Like, hey, here's a place for kids. Mommy doesn't like you today. You know?
Mommy doesn't like you ever. So she's like, I am so excited to show him my purple hair with brown roots.
I love that she's like, they were staring at me in Morocco for my blonde hair. Imagine my purple hair.
No, they were never staring at you for your blonde hair.
They were not staring at you for your blonde hair. They were staring at you because
you were assaulting a man in the streets.
They were staring at you because you were trying to lick a man.
You were manhandling him at the market.
And you were mad because he wouldn't make out with you in public.
So she's like, hey, listen, I have great news. I know that your family emergency was super private, but I got some of the money back for our trip. So I'm going to use it to go to Morocco to see you.
The look of panic.
He was like, excuse me?
Mm-hmm. I can't hear you.
What'd you say? It's breaking up. I'm scared. What'd you say?
What was that?
He's like, ha ha ha. No, I don't understand. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm going to come.
He's like, what? Morocco. Bad connection.
Okay. Azan, I'm coming to Morocco.
The look on his face.
But I'm coming to Morocco, Azan.
No. A family emergency.
It's
emergency.
Over.
It's 911.
Azan, I'm going to take the money.
Money? Emergency.
Salon.
Family.
But we have a salon together. We have a beauty shop.
No shop. Shop's closed.
You're May's daddy.
I'm not daddy. Shop's closed. Family emergency. Like, what's the family emergency? And he can't FaceTime and he needs another month.
Okay, so he said he's ready this time to get married. And she's like, hey, are you ready to get married? And he goes, I think so.
She's glowing when he says this, though.
I think so. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine, Noelle, do you take this man to be your husband?
I mean, I guess. You know? Yeah, yesterday was my engagement versary.
I know it was. Congratulations on your engage-versary.
Thanks.
That was 2 years that you were engaged.
2 years.
I remember that. It was 4th of July.
Yeah, I didn't realize it until like last night. And then I was hey, we got engaged. And he's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So they're going to have a simple wedding on paper.
Right.
And she's like, but, we're going to get married. And then, I guess we have to come back because my mom said something about May going to school.
My mom's really worried about May's education. I mean, I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm not, but my mom is
my mom is so worried.
My mom's all like, you have to teach the kid to speak.
My mom's so uptight.
She's all like, you have to feed her every day.
Like, she has to learn how to add. Ooh.
I know. My mom's all like, you have to clean your baby. And I'm like, leave me alone.
That's so funny.
Mom!
All right, I'll do it later.
So
annoying, Mom.
Speaking of annoying, let's talk about Russ and Pow. Okay, but the baby's so cute.
Okay, the baby's really cute. And the baby looks like him.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And she's like, I wish my family and friends could be there.
Okay. Also, I know like this isn't really like nothing happened, so I could skip to this part, but like they went back to like an old reunion. I've never saw him before. That hair.
What, Juan?
No, Russ. I don't know Russ and Pow.
Noelle. Russ had a wig cap on at
Tracy,
that reunion.
I nearly fainted when I saw his hair.
That was insane. I wrote that down. I said, remember when Russ looked like he had a wig on?
I didn't know that because I never watched their season.
Don't know what happened to him at that time in his life. But something had inspired him.
That's the guy from Matchbox 20. He had the same exact hair, Rob Thomas.
He looked like, who's the guy that sings Thinking Out Loud?
I don't know.
You do know.
Jamiroquai?
No. Come on. No, he's the one that, he's the redhead singer that everyone like loves right now.
I know who's, Taylor Swift's BFF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he looks
that
like him.
guy. Sam. Is that a Sam?
No.
Ed Sheeran.
Ed Sheeran.
Yep.
Boom.
Yep.
Sam.
Sam Smith is who I was thinking of.
He looks like Ed Sheeran in that reunion.
Yeah. Yes. It's really bad. I never saw it
that
before.
Was insane. Juan didn't want her to get pregnant. Her nasty friend Juan was like, I don't even want you to get pregnant. So now she's going to FaceTime Juan while Russ is there?
You're going to tell me that wasn't the most disrespectful thing ever?
And he's like, well, obviously I'm going to be the godfather of the baby.
Now, obviously nothing.
And Juan's like, oh, well, Russ is a fat pig.
Yeah. First of all, if anyone spoke to, I hardly speak to my mother and my husband don't get along, and I hardly talk to my mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, nobody's going to disrespect somebody like
Absolutely
that.
Absolutely not. Also, when you know when they're dead wrong,
that's the
what
thing.
it is.
Let me ask you a question. If the tables were turned,
yes,
and there was a female, his female best friend talking about Pao like
and calling
that,
her a fat pig,
yeah, how the hell would Pao react?
She would leave him.
You're going to FaceTime her in the same room?
That was awful. So also, Pao said that Pao had promised him that he would be the godfather of her baby. And Pao's like, listen, I was 3 years old when I said that.
Right.
I never even thought I would have a baby. That's why you got it.
Like, come on.
And her mom is the worst part of this.
Her mom is terrible.
Her mom's not nice to her.
No.
Not nice to him.
No.
Her mom, I don't even know why she would want her mom there.
No, I wouldn't want my mother there if I was her.
Her mom thinks that Juan should be the godfather. And she said that she likes Juan better. And he's funnier. And he's nicer. And that Juan is not nasty. And if he's being nasty to Russ, she wonders why.
I mean, everything he's doing is mean and cruel and nasty.
Yeah, and then she tells Juan tells her, like, I think you should get divorced and be a single mom. And Pao starts like giggling.
Yeah, that's not funny at all. Because they've been together a while.
You know what? Her lips are very lumpy.
Yeah, no, I know. I didn't like this scene. I thought it was really rude and disrespectful. And it almost showed me like maybe she doesn't respect him all that much.
Yeah, that was not very nice.
I didn't like that because I would never do that.
Maybe because her mom never respected her. I'm not sure.
Maybe.
Guys, this has been a really great episode. Make sure that if you're listening and you like what you hear, you go to iTunes, give us a 5-star rating and a review telling us what you love about the podcast. Make sure that you're following us at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.